Hello guys, this is May 11th and I am really hot. I got this cheapy fan at Walmart. It doesn't do too bad. Sounds like a weed eater, but I need that thing. Well, I thought I'd try and do a quick video. Today, we're taking the last two cats. My hair is kind of fluffy over here. We're taking the last two female cats to get them fixed today. So it is 6:38 and I'm going to wait till about 5 till 7 to try and get them in the carrier. These are the last two that are, should I not do it this way? Should I do it this way? I don't know. These are the last two that I have to fix, and they are the hardest to get in the carrier. Especially one of them is the mom, so that's gonna be fun. Anyway, I gotta tell you what happened to me last week. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm at work on Monday. You know, I've worked all day. So about 3 o'clock, here behind me is a retirement kind of apartment complex. It's not fancy. It's kind of crummy in a way, but anyway, that doesn't matter. But anyway, so the lady that is the manager comes in and says, "Oh, did you hear that big noise last night?" And actually, there was a transformer that blew in the middle of the night, and it was loud. And I said, "Oh yeah, that transformer, boy, that thing was out." She goes, "No, I don't think that was it." And I says, "Well, what are you talking about?" I have this huge, gigantic, humongous tree in my backyard. It's almost between my yard and their property. So it's got a huge trunk and three big offshoots of it that is just gigantic, like a tree itself. Well, apparently at 2 in the morning, that tree, I would say, splits. One of those parts broke off and fell on a car in their parking lot. It was a crap car. It happened to be a car that the lady couldn't afford to fix. It only had liability on it. So thank goodness for that. Unfortunately for her, I tried to go see her and visit her apartment, but she wouldn't answer the door. But anyway, she says, "Oh, that tree, part of your tree fell down on that car." And I'm like, "What? You guys are just telling me this?" Apparently everybody knew except me. So I let my boss know. I said, "Can I run over there and take pictures?" So I get over there and oh my gosh, that thing is on her car, smashed to smithereens. And the top of the tree is clear over on the opposite sidewalk where you can't even walk. I mean, this is a huge tree, huge branch. It's just a branch, but it's as big as one tree itself. So I'm like, oh my God, that's just great. So I took all the pictures I could. Got back to work, me and my boyfriend were trying to figure this out. See, he had some vehicles in my backyard. And because he had vehicles in my backyard, my insurance was not covering my grounds, which would not have done anything with the tree. So anyway, my first cousin owned a lawn care business for like years and years and years. And he just sold it to another person. And I called him to get his advice. And he said, "Well, let me come by and take a look." So he came by that night and he said, this is a really, really dangerous tree. He says, the weight has shifted. It can go anytime, especially towards my house. He said, that's where it's headed, and it would just take out your house. He says, any wind, any rain could make the leaves heavy and tip it. He says, if there is a storm coming, he says, you need to stay someplace else. I mean, this was serious stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I just felt so creepy in my house because I'm like, anytime this tree can fall. I got to check the time. Okay. Because I got to put them cats in that carrier. So, okay, that was the first night, Monday night. Tuesday, we're trying to figure out what to do with this thing. I'm like, I looked up the laws, and there is no clear law on trees. It just says usually where it falls, the person whose land it falls on cleans it up. Well, we went over there and talked to that manager, and she's like, well, we're not cleaning it up. And the place that owned the building said, we're not cleaning it up either. And I'm like, well, I'm not cleaning it up. So that was Tuesday. Wednesday, I called the company that my cousin sold his business to. And they're like, we checked it out. It's a huge, humongous tree. It's going to cost like a car. I don't want you to be shocked how expensive it's going to be for just to take down my tree to a safe level. Never mind that apartment complex's parking lot. So you will not believe how much they quoted me to take that tree down. Not the whole thing to the ground, but at least so it's not going to fall on something. $12,500. Where in the world would I get $12,500 to take down a tree? Oh my God, I just paid my credit cards off. I just refinanced my house. I called the house refinance people and they said, well, you would have to, even if we would let you refinance it, you'd have to go through everything all over again. And it would take 2 months. I'm like, 2 months, a tree that's going to fall over. How many chances are there of storms and wind and all that stuff happening and that tree falling in my house in the meantime? Well, you know what? That bank never did call me back. And that's the bank I have my house with. So it's like, well, thanks for nothing anyway. Well, I guess it was kind of the talk of the neighborhood. So that same day, someone from the city called me and they said, we can't have this happening. We can't have this tree in this parking lot. It's hazardous. The people got to get in and out. It's on an alley, so anybody can't go in and out from the alley that way. So he says, we've got to get that tree down and we've got to make the tree safe for you and for the apartment complex. So anyway, I've got a deal with the city. I'm not going to explain what it is, but I have a deal with the city. And the city came and Friday they cleaned up all the, no. You can't get on me here. What time is it? Okay. They cleaned up the whole parking lot over there. And they did thin out my tree some. But their equipment's still back there. So I'm thinking that they're going to come back today and finish it. Whatever they're going to do to the tree. So I am so thankful that the city came through and helped me and helped the place whose parking lot that is. And I mean, I do have to pay for it. I do have to, this isn't free. But it's way more manageable than $12,500. Oh, I tell you, all week, that was a horrible week. And what else happened? Some other stuff happened too, and I can't remember. I don't even remember what it was. That was bad enough that trumped anything that happened. So I just wanted to tell you my saga. It's like every day something with this tree morphed into something else, and it was just unbelievable. I thought, why is this happening to me? You know, it was terrible. It was just a terrible, terrible thing. But it's not terrible anymore, and I'm very thankful. So here I am, Monday the 11th. We have my niece's graduation on Saturday the 9th. So they had a barbecue at her grandparents' house. I'm going to have to kind of get going here. And so I ate, and then I could feel my stomach. I'm like, uh-oh. So I knew this was going to be bad. It was going to be bad. My ulcer's kicking up again. It's going to be bad. And I came out of the bathroom and I told my mom, I says, I got to go. We got to go. I can't stay here. I can't do this here. I can't. We got to go. We were 25 minutes away from home. I drove like crazy to get home with my stomach killing me. And I just made it to her house and ended up in her bathroom like 3.5 hours. Of all things. And then it just, I'm like, why did this have to hit me at this graduation barbecue? I am doing a new thing now. I am really going to watch what I'm eating because I can't keep going through that. It's just such a horrible thing for me to go through. All weekend, I was wiped out because of that. It makes me weak. It makes me tired. It makes me sleepy. I was so weak. I just laid on the couch that night. Yesterday, I laid on the couch until about 11:30. And then my mom and I went around to we went to a cemetery, put some flowers down, and I barely did that. I came home and I crashed on the couch again pretty much the rest of the night. And I feel better today. I feel more with it today. I'm still a tad weak, but oh my gosh, that just, I just can't handle that anymore. It's too much. It is 10 till 7. I'm going to have to go in there and see what I can do with these cats. I'll let you know how it turns out, but I have a feeling this is going to be horrible. So I will catch you guys later. Bye.